What if I told you there's a real animal that can regrow its brain survive without parts of its heart and basically never grows up? Even crazier? Scientists are studying this tiny creature because it might one day help humans regenerate body parts. And somehow this animal looks permanently happy while doing it. Meet the axolotl, one of the weirdest creatures on Earth. One, the animal that never grows up. Most animals grow up, change form, and leave their baby stage behind forever. But axolotls? They basically said no thanks. Unlike frogs or salamanders, axolotls stay in their juvenile form their entire lives. They never fully transform into adult salamanders. That means they keep their fluffy external gills, their underwater lifestyle, and even their baby face appearance forever. Scientists call this neoteny, and honestly, it makes axolotls look like Pokemon that forgot to evolve. But here's the weird part. Even though they look like babies, axolotls can still reproduce. So imagine a creature that looks like a smiling cartoon infant but is fully mature. Nature is strange, and this strange body design actually helps them survive underwater permanently. But surviving underwater is the least impressive thing about them, because what axolotls can regenerate is absolutely terrifying. 2. They can regrow their limbs. Imagine losing your arm, then casually growing a new one back a few weeks later. That's normal for axolotls. These creatures can regenerate. Entire limbs, perfectly bones, muscles, nerves, blood vessels, everything. Not a scar. Not a damaged version. A fully working replacement. And they don't stop there. Axolotls can also regrow parts of their spinal cord, parts of their heart, their tail, even sections of their brain. Yes, their brain. Scientists around the world are obsessed with understanding how this works. Because if humans could unlock even a fraction of this ability, medicine would change forever. Imagine accident victims regrowing damaged tissue, or spinal injuries being reversed, or organs repairing themselves naturally. That's why axolotls are considered one of the most important animals in medical research. But strangely, the more famous axolotls become online, the more danger they're actually in. They are almost extinct in the wild. Here's something shocking. Axolotls are incredibly popular online. Millions of people know them. They're memes, pets, plushies, video game characters. But in the wild, they're almost gone. Wild axolotls naturally exist in only one place on Earth, the canals of Xochimilco in Mexico, and that habitat is collapsing. Pollution, urban expansion, and invasive fish are destroying their ecosystem. At one point, scientists searching their natural habitat found terrifyingly low numbers. Some surveys found almost none at all. Imagine becoming globally famous while disappearing from your own home. That's the axolotl story. Ironically, there are probably more axolotls living in aquariums and laboratories than in nature itself. And speaking of aquariums, there's something unbelievably creepy about the way axolotls eat. 4. They eat like vacuum cleaners. Axolotls don't chew. They don't bite normally. They basically inhale food. When prey gets close enough, whoosh, the axolotl suddenly opens its mouth and creates a vacuum, powerful enough to suck food straight in. Small fish, worms, insects, tiny crustaceans, gone instantly. And because their eyes are tiny and their vision is poor, axolotls rely heavily on movement and water vibrations to hunt, which makes them look oddly clumsy until they attack. Then suddenly they become underwater ambush predators. But their weird eating habits are nothing compared to their strange appearance. Because those fluffy things on the sides of their heads, they're not ears. Those feathers are actually gills. A lot of people think axolotls have funny hair or underwater feathers. Nope. Those fluffy branches sticking out of their heads are external gills. They literally breathe through them. The bright red or pink color comes from blood vessels inside the gills. And because they're external, you can actually see oxygen exchange happening. It looks beautiful. And slightly alien, axolotls also use their skin and lungs to help breathe. So technically, they have multiple breathing systems working together. Nature seriously overdesigned this creature. But wait until you hear how they became internet celebrities. Because it happened for a very weird reason. 6. They look like they're always smiling. People became obsessed with axolotls partly because they look permanently happy. That tiny curved mouth makes them seem like they're constantly smiling. Even when they're doing absolutely nothing, they look delighted to exist, and the internet loved that. Axolotls exploded across social media games, memes, stickers, and live streams, especially after appearing in the video game. Once millions of gamers discovered them, axolotl popularity skyrocketed worldwide. Suddenly, everyone wanted one. But there's a problem. Axolotls are much harder to care for than people expect. They need cold water, clean tanks, specific food, low stress. And if conditions are bad, they can become sick very quickly. Some owners buy them because they look cute, without realizing they're actually delicate, exotic animals. And speaking of weird appearances, there's a reason many axolotls look pink, and it's not natural. 7. Most pet axolotls are genetic mutants. Wild axolotls are usually dark brown or black. The pink ones everyone recognizes? Those are mostly bred in captivity. The famous pink appearance comes from a genetic condition called leucism. Leucistic axolotls lack normal pigmentation, making them pale with visible blood vessels. That's why many look bright pink with glowing red gills. And honestly, they look like fantasy creatures from another planet. There are also golden axolotls, white axolotls, black axolotls, even glowing fluorescent axolotls created for scientific research. Yes, scientists literally made glowing axolotls. Some were genetically modified with fluorescent proteins, so researchers could track cells during regeneration studies. Imagine seeing a glowing animal floating silently in dark water. That's not science fiction. That's real life. And somehow, things get even stranger from here. Stay until the end, because the final fact explains why some scientists believe axolotls could completely change the future of human medicine, and it honestly sounds impossible. 8. Axolotls can survive cannibalism. Baby axolotls are adorable. Also, they're monsters. When food is limited, young axolotls sometimes bite each other's limbs off. But remember their regeneration powers? The injured ones can often regrow the missing body parts. So an axolotl might literally lose a limb to another axolotl, then just grow it back. Nature created a creature that can survive, things that would permanently destroy most animals, and scientists still don't fully understand all the biological mechanisms behind it, which is both exciting and slightly unsettling, because the more researchers learn, the stranger axolotls become. 9. They were worshipped in Aztec mythology. Axolotls aren't just scientifically fascinating, they also have ancient roots in mythology. The name Axolotl comes from the Aztec god Xolotl. According to legend, Xolotl transformed into this creature to escape sacrifice, which honestly makes sense, because axolotls already look mythical. Ancient people saw this strange, smiling creature with feather-like gills and supernatural healing abilities, and probably thought, there is no way this thing is normal. Even today, axolotls feel unreal, like something generated by artificial intelligence, except they actually exist, quietly floating underwater, regrowing organs, smiling at us, and refusing to evolve. But now comes the most disturbing part of all. 10. They might help humans regenerate body parts. Scientists believe axolotls may hold secrets that could transform modern medicine forever. Because when humans get injured, our bodies create scars. Axolotls don't, they regenerate instead. Researchers are studying the genes and cellular behavior responsible for this process, and the implications are enormous. Potential future treatments for spinal cord injuries, heart damage, brain trauma, lost tissue, maybe even organ regeneration. Of course, we're still far from humans regrowing arms like science fiction, but axolotls proved something important. Complex regeneration is biologically possible. That changes everything, and maybe the creepiest part? This tiny smiling amphibian living in Mexican canals could help unlock the future of human healing. A creature that looks cute enough to be a toy might one day revolutionize medicine? That's unbelievable. Axolotls are adorable, terrifying, ancient, almost extinct, and possibly one of the most important animals alive today. From regrowing body parts, to refusing to grow up, to inspiring scientists around the world, these creatures are basically real-life aliens hiding underwater. So now I want to know, which axolotl fact surprised you the most? And would you ever keep one as a pet? Comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more unbelievable animal mysteries from around the world.